So on the S&P, you can see down here with RSI, right? Everything's red still a downtrend, except for on the 5-minute at this point. 15 minutes got a 6 coming in, 1 hour's got a 5 on the time of the mark, but there's nothing making me really, really bullish here. Delete these. Still in the red on the weekly chart with RSI. The only major thing is this 200-day moving average. This is a big deal. And we swept the lows. We went right below the lows. And is there divergence? Yes. So we have divergence with RSI as well. Couple things like, also we have a 9 on the 3-day chart coming in, which works sometimes, but other times doesn't. So I don't know how much credit I want to give this, but it's something to consider. However, everywhere else, it kind of looks bearish still. Daily chart, still pretty bearish here. I don't see anything to get too excited about, but the biggest, something that could help us is trying to figure out what is the Elliott wave pattern here to the downside. What I do know is there's a potential ABCD pattern like that right here, right? So this is your 1 and 2. So then your downside is all the way over here, 33,000 potentially we could go to. And here's the downside of this little downtrend diagonal, or I'm sorry, downtrending parallel channel. It's at 3430. Daily still in the red, 12-hour still in the red on RSI, even the 8-hour, 4-hour, 4 hours putting up a bit of resistance. But potential that this could still break down. Let's look at, so here was my wave pattern on the upside, right? And we eventually broke down. And now we're working on our downside wave. And I think this, okay, so here was kind of our, let's try to figure out what was the wave structure here that happened. Actually, I already drew it in another, let me get it from my signal room and we'll go through it. Of what I posted the other day. I posted it over the weekend. And it's kind of a roadmap of what I think is going to happen here. And we'll look at it and maybe we'll adjust it a little bit. We've got, I'm going to bring both these over. Short term and also like long-term view. This was the short term. This is the long term. So in the short term, I said that we would bounce up to this 3,740 to 3,800 area. And this was back on the 25th. I posted this on the 25th. So what happened? And then finally, I said we would end up in this 3,645 to 3,600 area. I said that it would be difficult to figure out exactly where we would end up landing. Yeah. So if you see here, we tagged 3,645 on the 24th. And then I said we would bounce to 3,740. What actually happened? 3,645 tag. Right here, 25th. And then we eventually bounced to 3740 right here, right? 37, we tagged 3738. And my box was basically right around that level. Let me see where the breakdown was. Yeah, it was right here. So I was saying 30. I missed it by about 10 points. The bottom end of my box is probably at around 3740 area. We got to 3738. Close. And then we rolled over. And what have we tagged so far? We went to 3615. And what I have here is 3645 to 3590 essentially. And we went to 3615. Okay. So we tagged both those areas, and that could be the completion of this kind of wave series. The wave 4 should have went higher. I'm kind of surprised we only went to 3738. That's right below it. Maybe some people front ran. And then eventually we tagged here, the 3615. And now I expect this kind of like corrective wave, this ABC, where we don't really do much. So something like what I drew here, which is a bounce to this 3760 area, roll over 3645, and then bounce again. And this is essentially the wave 4 of my bigger wave series. And if we go to this chart, this is the 3 to 4 wave. So we just completed, the purple is the shorter term and the yellow is the longer term. So we just completed the purple line. And now I think we're going to do the wave 4, which is just to confuse and take people's money. And then by the end of October, kind of like mid to end of October, maybe the middle of October, so first 2 weeks, we're going to play with this. And then as we go into November, we're going to dump down to my downside wave 5 target. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm seeing. Let's see if it plays out, but I just wanted to go through this and explain kind of what my long-term plan is for the market in terms of, this downward channel, seasonality, and Elliott wave, and what I think makes sense. These waves do have specific points, all based on different levels, along with the diagonal channels. Like this wave 5, 4 to 5 is based on this wave 1 length, but I extended it a bit because I think we can hit the bottom of the diagonal. Also, I thought we'd break this critical resistance at 3,400. Which if we go to like a weekly, right, you'll see these big resistance levels. So here's 35, and then 34 is right down here, which is the tag of the old highs, old S&P 500 highs before COVID. I think it would make sense to tag that. Then probably a major resistance level. Further, we also have this ABCD target right here, which points to 33. So I think in this range is where we could have a bottom right around here. And maybe we push right through that 200 just to spike down and then up, just to confuse people. Because I bet a lot of people are also looking at this 200 weekly and thinking, okay, that's going to be a major support level.